Every so often, I get myself worked up. And by every so often, I mean a few times a week. I get myself worked up over different things, and this time it's love. I've never dated, never had a talking stage, even though that seems like pure torture. Never held hands or hugged in a romantic sense or anything. Nobody's ever had a crush on me except for once my senior year of high school. And I know that these things aren't the end all be all and that I have the rest of my life for these things to happen, but I can't help but feel so bad about myself. So low. I always end up asking myself, what am I doing wrong? Why can't I ever be liked or wanted? And I always end up talking myself down. That it doesn't matter if some pimple-faced teenage boy finds me attractive, that Eurocentric beauty standards will always make me feel less than by comparison, and that one day someone will come along and like me without asking me to be anything other than me. Logically, I know these things are true, but unfortunately, that doesn't make not being chosen feel better. And honestly, the fact that I have to talk myself down and convince myself for a few days that I don't actually care about being wanted and that I don't need the validation that it brings stings more than anything else. But it's all a lie because I do care. I care so much. I care so bad. I want to be wanted and liked, to be told that I'm pretty. I want to be stared at by a boy my age and not like by a 30-year-old who doesn't even want to know my name but stake claim to territory that he won't even want after he marks it. I want to be asked on a date, to be the girl that someone talks to their friends about in a good way. I just want to have those moments of teen romance that my friends and classmates have had. I know that high school relationships rarely go past freshman year of college at most, but I still wish that I could have had something, anything to look back on, even if it ended badly or just ended in general. I would love to be able to look back at a memory and say, I felt loved by them. I felt wanted and liked by them. I don't have a lot of friends, but the ones I do have are gorgeous. And I'm not just saying that because they're my friends. They're gorgeous and they're good people. I truly love them, and that's why sometimes it hurts standing next to them. In almost every friendship I've ever had, I've been the darkest friend, the fat friend, the ugly friend, the one that you talk to just to get to the pretty one. And while I'm getting a little better with how I view my body, and while I no longer think that I'm the ugliest girl in the world, those feelings still haven't really gone away like I want them to. It's happened so many times where my friends will be the ones to get hit on or told that they're pretty, but I won't be. They'll get compliments, but I won't. And it obviously doesn't mean much if some stinky high school boy is telling you that you're cute or some random girl in the hall is complimenting your outfit, but I always kind of wish that it was me too. And I feel horrible for it because I know that they don't even want the attention or care about it, but I do. I want the attention and the feeling that someone can find me pretty. And because that stuff rarely happened to me, never around them or at school at all. If it did, it all just felt like I wasn't and never could be pretty. When I think about it, it's like my brain and my heart are fighting. My brain knows that I don't need to worry about love and relationships and that being alone is better for me, that I wouldn't even feel this way and would probably be resentful of being paid attention to if I was used to being looked at that way. But my heart doesn't care. My heart wants to be drowned in love and someone's affections. I want someone to be excited to talk to me. I want someone to miss me when I'm gone, and it just won't be. But the real me, whoever, whatever that is, I want someone that makes me feel like I don't have to pretend around them. And so far, that someone does not. That someone does not exist. I've never been in a position to be mutually liked by someone, but the one time I think I truly love someone, I believe that they made me feel that way. Not the always wanting to talk to me or missing me when I'm gone. it's always been me that feels that way, but I think that felt like I could be myself around them. I think I felt safe around them. I don't know what love feels like or anything like that, but I've never felt so strongly for someone before, and have it since. It was probably infatuation, but my heart felt like it was on fire. Like there was a deep ache in my heart that hurt, but in the best way. The way I felt for them is the way that I always wish that someone would feel for me. Even though it wasn't always received well by that person in a relationship, quote unquote, was never one. And that feeling can't be replaced. That person and I don't speak anymore, which was long overdue, and since we haven't spoken in some months, I've had the chance to think, and I don't know if I loved them like I thought I did. I have nothing to compare that feeling to, but it was strong. Maybe it was love, maybe it wasn't. But somehow I kept thinking that maybe love doesn't feel that way. Maybe it's not supposed to be an all-consuming ache, or maybe it just feels different for everyone, and that's how it feels for me. This is one of those times where my brain and my heart are fighting. I don't know which I should side with. My brain doesn't like that if I love them, that means I wasted my first love. My heart wants to believe that I know what love feels like. Maybe both could be true at the same time, but I think it's very apparent that I'm not really good at choosing one side of myself. I think that I've become unwilling to be loved. Even though that contradicts everything that I've said thus far, I just don't think I could handle it. I've done a lot of things that I'm not proud of in the name of wanting to win someone's love. I've become somebody that I didn't recognize in the process, and going through those feelings of, I hope this is enough, just this last thing and they'll stay, and crying when I realized I was lied to once again was so hard. I don't know how I got into doing those things or why I let it go on and on and on for so long, but I did, and I feel ruined by it. I don't think that I could trust someone enough to genuinely want, like, or love me. I think I'm just a walking contradiction. As you get to know me through these videos, you'll realize that I talk myself into holes that I can't easily or cleanly escape, and that a large majority of what I say doesn't make sense all the time. Even when I try to say what I feel and what goes on in my head in the most clear and simple terms, it just turns into a snowball of confusing thoughts and emotions. I always feel the need to over-explain and clarify and quote-unquote cover my tracks, even though my feelings aren't some scandal that I need to set straight. I get the most anxious and overwhelmed when I talk about my feelings. I don't want to say the wrong things, but how can my feelings be the wrong things? I don't want to be misunderstood, but how could I not be misunderstood when my feelings always seem to be so complicated? In the last few years, my feelings have been more intense than I'm used to. Everything I feel is either all-consuming or I don't feel anything at all. It's rare that I can feel meh or that something is just alright. I already get so into my own head, and when I get upset, annoyed, or sad, that gets amplified by 100. When I feel negative emotions, which is more often than I like it to be, it takes up all the space in my head. It feels like my head is full of hot air and like I can't see straight. When I was researching BPD and the symptoms associated with the diagnosis, I learned about splitting, and I think that's what I'm describing. Splitting is when you think of something or someone as either 100% good or 100% bad. I don't think it's something exclusive to BPD, but when it is a BPD symptom, it's done as a defense mechanism to help deal with emotions that can't be handled easily. Splitting isn't something that people with BPD do on purpose. One big reason why this happens is when there's perceived abandonment. Whether or not the person that's being seen as 100% bad actually did something wrong or meant to hurt the person who is splitting, unfortunately doesn't play that big of a part in how much the perceived wronging hurts. If anyone with diagnosed BPD is watching, or anyone that knows more about this than I do, please correct me. I know that I'm probably screwing this all up, so please don't hesitate to clear any of this up. Once I'm able to, I want to start therapy. Even if I'm wrong and I don't have BPD, I just want to know what's causing me to feel and to act this way. I've been thinking about it for a while, and I think I only want love in theory. When I think about dating, relationships, and things of that nature in depth, it all seems so tiring. I don't think I could handle being with someone at all, honestly. I wouldn't like it. I would feel suffocated by it. I think I would feel trapped in that I wouldn't like the feeling of being in a relationship. I get scared and tense up when people touch me. I'm not the best at receiving compliments. I both give too much and not enough. I think that the quote-unquote need I have for love and relationships and companionship is just surface level. I don't think it's something that I would genuinely be happy with. Ever since I was young, I've always said that I don't want to be married or have kids. I still feel the same way now. Yes, I can think of ways I would and wouldn't raise my own kids. Yes, I can think of what it might feel like for me to have someone to come home to, or for someone to come home to me. And I like imagining a happy little life with a person who loves me, makes me feel all the ways I want to feel. But I just don't think I could truly be content with that. I would be on my toes, constantly worrying about if they're lying to me, if they're as happy and in love with me as they say, if they're cheating on me or thinking about it. I think my trust issues have been shot to hell, and throughout the last 8 years of my life, they've gotten really worse. I honestly think that I have this intense need for love because of my relationship, or lack thereof, with my parents. My dad wasn't ever truly around and only started trying to be more consistent once I was high school age. My mom, on the other hand, is the one that raised me, but I don't think I ever truly felt safe around her. I had to grow up at the age of 4 and haven't stopped since. I never felt like a daughter, but like an assistant, which is tricky because adults wanted me to act like them, but I still had to be below them in the line of who respects who. And that framework has set me up for failure, especially when it comes to jobs. I'm legally an adult and should be treated like one, but I still allow myself to be played with and belittled like a child. And I don't feel comfortable because, yes, they're older than me. But if we want to have adult job positions, shouldn't I be treated with that same respect? I don't feel respected or taken seriously in any aspect of my life by anyone. I don't feel like I can trust anyone, and it's caused me to isolate myself. I'm so lonely all the time, and that makes my yearning to have someone even stronger. I feel like there's never been anyone I could fully lean on and trust, and I desperately crave it. I just want to feel safe in someone's hands. I know the terms mommy and daddy issues are so played out, but for right now, I feel like that's the proper way to describe what's happening with me. I mean, they are issues. Not having a dad and not genuinely feeling like you have a mom isn't something that anyone should go through. I don't know if it physically or mentally feels the same for anyone else, but having trust issues hurts. Feeling like a burden on your family when you didn't even ask to be brought on this earth hurts. It's a deep pain in my core, and funnily enough, it feels the same way as the love aches in my chest, the pangs of loneliness in my heart, and shame. They all feel the same for me. I'm not sure why all of these feelings have the same physical effect on me. I don't know why it's all the same deep, gut-wrenching, and debilitating pain in my heart. When I thought I loved someone, this is the same way I'd feel when I thought about how much I loved him. All of these feelings feel the same way, and I don't know why. It's so strong that sometimes I fear that I may die from it. And yeah, that might be a tad dramatic, but that's really how intense it can be. Have any of you guys felt this way too? I hope that once I'm older, someone who can love me will find me. And I know that it'll take work on my end, but I just want to feel like I'm worth the work to myself and to someone else. I hope that once I'm older and can handle it, I finally get that person who loves me. I hope I finally get that person who understands and is there for me. At the heart of all the pain I feel, that's all I truly want and need. To feel safe and loved.